In this video, y'all, we're gonna talk about love. It's kind of like I wanted to have like a little therapy session, but it might be like therapy slash just a little, regular convo. Because listen, I made this TikTok video yesterday, and I was fighting for my life in them comments. Cause what people, I know everything is perspective, but people, I'm gonna just tell y'all what happened. So I made a video basically saying like how like an experience that I went through in my past relationship, right? So I had people comment, and they're basically like trying to tell me, yo, it was crazy the way they was saying it. It was okay. It was one guy. He was talking about how like if you withhold intimacy from a man, you'll never get him to do what you're asking him to do, and basically men won't submit to women and just all this stuff. And I'm looking like, sir, you must have not listened. And like, he wrote this long, when I say long behind comment. So I just made a video to it because I'm like, I'm not gonna be in here with all these words in this comment section, right? So he basically was saying, oh, it's from a male perspective, I'm 50 years old, right? So I'm looking like, okay, first of all, you're negating the fact that I said I was so overwhelmed, overstimulated with everything that I had going on. I said, at this point, we're sharing the bills. It never was you are taking care of me solely, and then I'm just complaining about like house duties. My thing is, if I was a housewife, me personally, I wouldn't even have a problem with it, because I don't mind cooking and cleaning. Like cooking, I love to do. Cleaning is just something I'm so used to doing that it's just whatever. Like to me, it's like another thing. And so it's like and I'm so kind of like a little bit OCD, so I'm like, I like my stuff to be a certain type of way, right? So I'm looking like, okay, I don't mind that type of thing. But now when I'm working 40 plus hours, coming home and taking care of kids, because at the time, well, even from the time that I had one kid, it was always the same. But at this point, I'm talking about the 3 that I had, to the point where I'm feeling burnt out. So I'm taking care of 3 kids. I'm coming right home and getting dinner started, because I work a 9 to 5. So by the time I got home, 5:30, 6 o'clock, depending on, because at one point I was driving a whole hour home, so it was a lot. I'm coming home getting dinner started, and my kids were young, they were smaller, so they're all on me. Like, you know how kids get? So y'all know how kids are, like, mommy, whatever, go to school, right? So one was going to school, the other one wasn't in school yet, but he would have them he would have the 2 boys all day, which is like, Tyler, you ain't really got to do too much for them. You get them something to eat, get them a snack, they playing, doing all types of stuff, right? Boom. That's nothing. My daughter, my oldest, she's in school. He gets her at like 3. So from 3 to like 5:30, 6 o'clock by the time I get home. Well, at that time, it was 5:30. So from 3 to 5:30, he has all 3 kids, which she's coming home. She really just want a snack. At that time, she was in kindergarten, so she ain't had to get no homework and stuff done. And now she's going in there and she's playing. So you're not really doing too much. He's sleeping because now he has to go to work. And I come right in, and all 3 of them are pushed on to me, which is fine. Like, I don't, like, when I talk about my kids or like talk about taking care of my kids, it's never going to be as if it's like a burden, because at the end of the day, I know I lay down, so it's nothing for me to do it. It's just that like people make it seem like it's still not a hard thing to do on a daily basis without having like people think they're like, oh, you get to go to work, so you don't have to feel, or that's the time that you get to break. It's like, I still have to function at work though too. So me functioning at work, having to do a good job, to come right home to now going right into mommy mode, there's no decompression. And if you're dealing with like traffic and stuff, you got to deal with traffic and all of that. That's something that could be on your mind. Like, oh my goodness, I just want to get home. By the time I get home, kids are pushing on to me. I'm immediately cooking, playing with them, doing stuff, And my youngest was like baby toddler type thing. So at that time, so he's on my hip, he's on me. I'm cooking dinner. There's no downtime. By the time I get done, I'm making my husband his lunch for tonight, because he has to go to work. And now I got all 3 of the kids, right? So we're doing our thing, whatever. And then he leaves, And he gets up, he got all his stuff, whatever. He leaves, and now the kids are with me for the rest of the night. I got to give them baths. I got to get them dressed and then get them in the bed. Well, my youngest, for whatever reason, he didn't want to go to sleep all the time. You know how kids are, they got their energy. So sometimes we would be up, and then he's so clingy that he act like he couldn't sleep without me. So if I'm not in that bed sleeping with him, or at least laying down, and y'all know how parents are, when y'all go to lay down with y'all kid, y'all wind up going to sleep too. So let's say 9, 10 o'clock, I might be able to go to sleep, but there was no time for myself. I went right into mommy mode, and I'm coming home doing all this stuff, and then I go and lay down with them kids. 9 times out of 10, I'm asleep. What happened to me? Right? This is Monday through Friday. This is happening. Part of it, I did not care, because I did not care in the sense of, again, I'm okay with doing, like, I don't like to cry over spilled milk. Like, just clean it up. That's me. And at the same time, I didn't want my 2 kids in daycare, because I know how these people be treating kids in daycare sometimes, and I just didn't want to have that potentially have to happen. And then now it's a whole nother situation. So my husband at the time knew that. So with him knowing that, it's like, okay, you work at night, I work in the day. Cool. Reason being is because I already had a job in the daytime that was paying well, and I'm like, so now you look for the night. He fought me on that tooth and nail. Oh, I don't want to work at night. Da 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 da. Okay, just to turn around. You know what's the funny part? Just to turn around. This ain't no shot to him, but it's just funny how God be working. You fought me, like, he fought me tooth and nail, y'all, just to turn around and work at night still, while we not even together no more. But you still working at night. And you're looking for a day job, so now you're working both. But that's neither here nor there. But I just went into a little baby rant. My bad, y'all. So it was kind of giving you, like, the backstory of how it was every day. And then on the weekend, I was feeling so bad as a parent. Like, I don't want my kids just to be in the house because I'm tired. So I want to kind of push myself to get up and go out and do stuff. So I would take them to the park or take them places. Maybe on, like, a Saturday. So I'm still not getting, time. And then I'm getting up and I'm cooking breakfast. Like, sometimes, the kids might need a lunch or something, or I'm getting them, something for lunch too. I really didn't do lunch like that, but sometimes I did. And then maybe like a snack or something. But every time me and him now both is home, they're calling me. They're not calling him. And then if I say something to him, not saying all the time he would give me a hard time, but it was sometimes. So with his help, it was always inconsistent. And that was my problem. Like, I didn't lay down by myself to have kids by myself. Like, so why, if a child is asking me, why not you just automatically take the initiative? Like, let me get up and get my baby something. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something, I just feel like the consideration part was not there. And I don't know, but we'll get into that, right? So he goes and then, like, Sunday, y'all know Sundays, y'all trying to prepare for the week. So it's chill, but at the same time, I'm still doing stuff. And really, that probably would be like the only 2 days just an adult period who don't have kids would have to decompress, if not throughout the week. But I'm still cooking dinner. I'm doing breakfast and dinner for sure on Saturday and Sunday. Cleaning up, because he wasn't cleaning up. He would only put his stuff in it, like, cleaning up afterwards. Mind you, we had a dishwasher, so every week I would clean the bathroom, because again, I have OCD, so I have to do that. Plus, it's 5 of us, so, like, clean the bath, like, it has to be clean. I used to decorate. I used to do stuff for their birthdays. Like, this is not like accounting. This is not me trying to count for, like, the stuff that I did, because again, I am a mother, so I understood the responsibility that came with it. But when you're married, it's supposed to be a shared responsibility, or when you have kids, it's supposed to be a shared responsibility, whether the child is whether the dad is in the house or not. For me, in my situation, we were in the house, or we were married. So why wasn't it shared? And it didn't start, like, stuff didn't start changing until I started putting my foot down, which really was like, I'm not doing this part no more, or you need to help me. But at that point, we're getting into arguments because for some reason you're not understanding what I'm saying. And then at the end of the night, you want me to be a porn star. Like, what? How can I have to do all of this stuff on a daily basis, every single day, and then still perform for you at the end of the night? What is left for me? Like, crumbs. And people people were acting like I was so wrong for saying that. And I just didn't understand the concept. Like, how is my concept of me wanting to have a life that where somebody was pouring into me was wrong? So when I made the video, the one guy, the 50-year-old guy, he just like, oh yeah, withholding sex from a man is this, that, and the third. Okay, I'm not negating that fact, but what I'm saying is, I'm not saying, he was making it seem like I'm saying it as punishment. I said, no. I said, a woman can be so depleted by the end of the night, she don't even have it in her to do. This man, y'all know what this man told me? He gonna tell me, I basically was like, your body is not your own when you're married, and, use a little bit, you know how they do it. Use the biblical verses to try to get you in there, but be missing the other ones. Because I'm gonna bring the ones up that I had to check them on. Because, sir, are you married? Because I don't think you ever been. Like, the way you're talking, if you are, kudos to your wife, and I'm gonna pray for her, because at the end of the day, what? I would never. Like, the way he was making it seem was as if I did not have a choice. Why would God just make it so that the men have the choice and they could do whatever with a woman's body? Why would God give y'all that much power? Like, let's be real. We know just from how this government is ran that men don't always make the best decisions. So, you know what I'm saying? No shade. But at the end of the day, it's like, no, that's not how this go. God cares about women and men. Like, what? Were we created to be helpmates? Absolutely. That's what he said too. And I'm looking like, okay, but that doesn't mean I'm supposed to be miserable while I'm helping you. You're supposed to pour into me the same way I'm pouring into you. And I was putting it to him like that. I'm not even putting it on no, like, we wasn't even getting into the Bible at first until somebody else wound up saying something, and then I had to come back. But anyway, he just basically was trying to say, like, withholding it. A man is never going to succumb to a woman's needs. If he didn't do it before, why would he do it now that you're withholding it? I say, sir, you are part of the problem. I never said I'm withholding. I said by the end of the night, I'm a vegetable. What are you going to do with a vegetable? Like, and he basically was like, basically, if you had to lay there and take it, sir, I think that's called great. I'm just saying, like, why do you think a man is just supposed to get his rocks off and enjoy himself, but the woman is not supposed to? When God made the man and the woman to be able to come together for intimacy reasons, it was supposed to be enjoyable on both sides. What are you talking about? And that man came in tooth and nail. Every video that I made, he sat here and he kept reiterating the part of using that as punishment. I said, this is why the divorce rate is the way it is. And this is why people not getting married as often, because of mindsets like you. Like, a lot of people don't know how to adapt to certain things. And the thing about it is, the way he was talking was all Old Testament. What's the New Testament for then? Like, and I told him, I said, and then he was trying to say, like, women, basically saying women who have kids can't find it. Like, it's harder to find another man, and men have options. First of all, what? Where are we living? I felt like I was like, yo, he must be a troll, because the way you talking cannot be real. You cannot be, there's no way that you really think like this. I am sorry, not sorry. Like, I don't know where the stigma of women who have kids are just old and dried out, but what? Like, what? Why is that? Like, that is so mind-boggling to me. Like, why do men think like that? Why do some men think like that? And I know this is not all men, so it's not to that. But to sit, and y'all, he referenced Kevin Samuels. I said, sir, you telling me everything I need to know. That man sat in front of a camera the entire time and dogged women. Do you like men? How, like, and then he was commenting, he used to comment on women and how they look. What you deem as ugly might be somebody else's, like, they might think it's beautiful. Everybody is different. We all have different tastes and stuff. So how can you say one lady is ugly and another one is not, or saying, oh, you're a 4. The whole time, I could look at Kevin Samuels and say you're a 3, but another person could look at Kevin Samuels and say he's a 10. It all depends on what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why people, how do we get to the point of, like, talking about, like, that is so childish to me, where we're rating people. That's like high school, middle school type stuff. What? And then he used to try to basically say, like, you're old and dried up if you got kids and you want a man who has all this money and this, that, and the third. It's like, but the moment a woman starts saying something about some money, she a gold digger. But when y'all talk about the woman gotta have a certain type of body and she gotta do certain type of things, as if that don't take experience, but you want the mileage on that woman to be low, something don't be adding up. I'm just saying, like. So anyway, that's what he said, right? So then this other woman come in and then she like, oh, sorry, unfortunately, your opinion doesn't matter. My opinion about my life don't matter. She was like, your opinion doesn't matter in a marriage. A woman's opinion doesn't matter. Are you married too? Like, what is this? The marriages y'all are in? This is what these men are telling y'all? Like, whatever gave, I don't have options. And that's not on nothing, no cocky. It's so many people in this world that I have not even met for me to sit here and say, and that I will never meet, for me to sit here and say I don't have another option other than the one that I got because we got kids together. What? And I'm not even the type of person to be like, oh, from how I look or from the stuff I got. I don't care about none of that. And I think the whole point of this is like, and the reason why I'm even talking about love is because I feel like people don't understand. I don't know if people, no, let me put it like this. A lot of people are not marrying for love. A lot of people are not marrying for, or they're marrying for contractual obligations. This thing is not unconditional no more. And I had to realize that because the way this lady was coming at me like, your opinion doesn't matter. How? I'm not in a religion where my husband is being picked and I have no say. That's not, I don't operate like that. That's the only way what you say don't matter. But Jesus Christ, God, the one that I follow, it very much matter. Like, what? How are we looking at love? What are y'all marrying for? And that's why the rates are what they are, because people are marrying not for they're marrying for money, they're marrying for status. They're marrying for looks. Nobody, in my opinion, I don't think nobody wants to get married to get divorced. I really don't. But at the same time, you're not going to tell me I have to be sitting here living in a hellhole. And I got to deal with it because I'm a woman who had kids. And then she was making it seem like the kids are baggage. Because I said, my kids aren't a burden. Like, again, I'm going to do everything I need to do as the mom. Because at the end of the day, I know what I did. I laid down to make them. If now the father has to do the same thing, even though he's not in the house. Now, if he don't, I can't make him. I'm not going to be that type of baby, mother that's, oh, I'm going to chase this man. I don't do all of that. You either going to beat her or you're not. And if you don't, it will show to them. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, y'all. It's not it is what it is. But if he is there, I'm not going to block it either. So it's one of those things where it's like, I can't take accountability for you. I'm not going to tell them kids nothing that you're not showing them. I'm not lying to my kids. That's the thing about it. Like, what? So I'm like, because they're going to have a dad, the girl was like, well, they have a dad, but that, if you marry somebody else, that man is going to be in their life and he would have to take on the burden. I said, listen, let me tell you something. The type of man that I'm looking for is not going to look at my kids as a burden. And if you do, he needs to move around. I don't want that type of man. And I wouldn't be looking. First of all, I'm not looking. Like, at this point in my life, I feel like God has shown me that my first marriage was not ordained by him, so it wasn't going to work out, period, type of thing, right? And because of that, it's like, I get I get it. You know what I mean? I never consulted with God at all. Now that I'm following him and really seeking him and standing his word and all of that, I realize that God has a person for you. And it's not God picking it's God picking a person, but based on what you like and your desire. Like, God know what I like. He know what I want. He know what I need. So why wouldn't I trust him to pick my partner? But at that time in my life, when I did get married, it was a lot going on. I was younger, and I'm not using age as like an issue, but just saying I was younger and so much going on. My mind was so clouded, and I wasn't close to God at all. So I wasn't even thinking in that aspect. But now I'm the type of person, I don't waste no time. So I'm not going to be out here dating, 6 people. I got this person on the side. I don't do all of that. Oh, that's not my thing. And so when I do deal with somebody, if I know that it's not going to work, then we're going to dead it. But if I know that it's going to, go somewhere, then we can make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, people don't take their time no more. I'm not in a rush to be with somebody just because society tell me I gotta have it, or I'm past 30, whatever. Like, I'm close to 35 and society tells me I have to have a man. Like, what? What happened to my desires and what I like and the things that I want to accomplish? Why do those have to be connected to a man? It never gave that. And then like I would be the type of person they would call difficult and independent. No, I have a life too. I have one life to live the same way that man has one life to live. And what I had to tell them was, I don't know how y'all think love works, but love is a partnership. It is not just one-sided. Love is supposed to be mutual. Love is supposed to be unconditional, meaning if I don't like you today, I still have to do for you because I love you that much. Love has to be a choice. Love is like three different aspects for real. It's like an emotional aspect, it's a spiritual aspect, and it's a physical aspect, right? Emotional. I gotta be able to hear your emotions, communicate my emotions to you, take in what you're saying, feel what you're saying. Like, that's why y'all think when you know how you get those couples that be together for so long that, or you know, just being with somebody for so long, you can like kind of finish their sentences, or you can say stuff that you knew like that they was thinking or something like that. Me and my ex-husband used to do that too. But yeah, like that is like, why you think that's a spiritual connection right there, y'all? Like when you get married, it's supposed to be one flesh. How are we not like what? Why are we wherever we at in society? Like I just don't understand that part, right? So I'm telling them, I'm like, you know, it's three aspects. Well, I'm not telling them, but this is what I'm saying to y'all. The emotional aspect, right? So then the physical. Now you got to do acts of service. You have to show them that you love them. But however, like for me, cleaning up would have showed me, that would have been an act of service that I would have accepted. Like, you know, cleaning up and helping me, taking some of that load off, which is essentially what I was saying anyway. I don't know how I got 50 tasks and you got one. That it never gave equality. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that just didn't make sense. And I didn't realize it until I started feeling like I was so drained every single day. I started looking pale. I'm not doing my hair. I'm not doing my makeup. I'm gaining weight. I'm not taking no time for myself. No skincare type of stuff. You know how you get older, you got to start doing stuff differently. I'm not doing nothing differently. I felt like a robot. And it was, why would God send me on this earth for me to feel like a robot? Make it make sense. What are y'all talking about? And then, you know, so physical, anything physical that you can do, you know, physical touch, if that's something that they like, however the woman, like that's the thing, you got to learn that woman and women, you got to learn your man. So you know, what's the physical aspect that you can do. For me, like I said, helping me clean around the house, or, you know, take care of these kids, or take these kids off my back. Like that would do something for me. If another woman likes for her feet to be rubbed, rub her feet. If a man likes for his back to be rubbed, rub his back. But that's the thing, when you don't marry for love, y'all end up with like issues like how these two was coming at me. Because I'm looking like, if I see my man, if I know you had a bad day today, what my goal is to do is to figure out how to help your day turn around. Oh, you had a bad day. What happened? Okay, we talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, cool. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Okay, what you want me to do? I'll help you out. Whatever. Oh, no, I just want to go to sleep and that'll make everything better. Okay, I'll let you go take a nap. These kids not going to bother you. You're not going to hear nothing. Simple. Why is it hard? Why is it hard? Like I don't understand. Love is really not that hard. Starting off, you will have to have a connection with this person. So once you start getting a connection, you start to learn them. It's like second nature, in my opinion. Because I'm not with you for no other reason than what I like about you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, y'all. I just be sitting here like, people is crazy. When did we turn from? Because like when I used to look at love, like my depiction was from like movies and stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh, this man is doing. And 9 times out of 10, I used to have a man doing most of the stuff. But I didn't care about like stuff like that. It's like the women sometimes used to do stuff, but it's like, I don't mind doing stuff for my man, and I don't mind for the man doing stuff for me. The problem that I was having in my marriage was it was only one-sided. And that's what I said on TikTok. Like a one-sided marriage is never going to work because somebody's going to get so fed up at the end, and honestly it could cause resentment. Now, I'm not the type of person to resent nobody, but I am the type of person to leave. I cannot stand that. And at the time that I was going through it, for the amount of years that I was, I don't know why I didn't leave at that point. I feel, well, I'm not gonna say I don't know why. I do know why, but I feel like it was essentially made for me to go through all of that so I can learn who I am, what I like and what I don't like. Because it really brought me, all of that negativity that I had to deal with, really in my life in general, really brought me to who I am today. And like, I thought, if y'all thought I was stronger then and I didn't play with strict over here, oh, it's even more strict now, because I know exactly what I do not want. So I can spot it from a mile away. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all of that stuff I probably wouldn't have got if I didn't go through all of that stuff, because at the time I didn't see no problem in what I was providing. In the time that I did see the problem, I guess the fear of me not having anybody to help me out if he was not around is what stuck us together even more. And you know what's funny? I just thought about this the other day. I said the reason why we even lasted as long as we did, for real, and it's not like we did love each other. I don't know where he dropped the ball. I cannot speak for him. But what I will say is, I think it was also some trauma in there. I was thinking about this the other day. I said the trauma. And the trauma part was the trauma from my childhood. Like, I didn't have somebody that I can come talk to about any issues that I was having in my life. Period. I had to figure it out myself. If I would have been seeking God from then, I could have obviously been further along, but that's neither here nor there, because I don't like to deal with the past like that. I'm like, oh, could have did this? No, we here now. So let's just figure it out from now. But at the same time, because I didn't have it, it was a lot going on, and I never felt like, in my entire life, I never felt safe. I never felt protected emotionally, spiritually, anything. I never felt it. So when he came along, he used to defend me. I never was defended. I was always blamed. So by him defending me and like in that moment, it was like, oh, this my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's essentially what kind of like really hooked me, for real. Because I look at people's character. I look at how if you got kids, I look at how you treat your kids. I look at the whole situation, and I don't ask for much. So when that did come, I'm like, oh yeah, this he got to be mine, because he protected me. Like, you know, I didn't need physical protection, but I needed that emotional protection, and he did that at the beginning, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why he dropped it, but it started seeming like we are now getting into more arguments than anything. And I'm looking like, I know I'm not crazy, because you still getting what you want, but I'm still not getting what I want. And so after a while, I stopped doing the stuff that you wanted. And unfortunately, that was the intimacy part. And then now that, I guess that became more of a problem. And that's when we got into more arguments. But it was like the lack thereof of what I was dealing with. I could not get that out. Keep bottling stuff in. And I'm trying to talk to you, actively communicate. And I'm talking to y'all. I would talk to him like I'm talking to y'all. It's not no animosity there. It's not me trying to be all in your face. I don't even like arguing. So for me to do all that, I'm looking like, and if I start to get all loud or whatever, because I know, again, I tell y'all all this all the time, I don't like to hurt nobody's feelings that I love. Like, so if I know, my tongue is quick, so I can say some stuff that's going, but I try not to do that. So it's like, when I'm coming at you real calm, cool, and collected, and you just happen to start getting upset, and look, I be having to hold my tongue like, yo. But then the thing be like, yo, who you? Because they never gave you could talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? And boy, when I started talking back, because I was really holding my tongue for real, because I'm like, I don't want us to be going through all of this. But then I'm like, I had to look at it like, this nigga really don't care. Like, you don't care. If you want to keep getting upset, you can't hold your anger, but I got to suppress mine. Oh, nah, now it's up. Now we arguing, and now I'm not backing down. And when that happened, oh my stars, that's when it started getting real crazy, because I'm like, no, you're not going to talk to me any old kind of way. And I'm sitting here looking at you, unconditional love in my eyes. And you talking to me like I'm somebody off the street. Please. What? We can get active. And he know I could get like that, but I just did not want to do that. So, so the intimacy part started falling off. I don't care. I'm burnt out. I'm barely doing, I don't even know how I'm doing it. By the grace of God, I'm still doing it. So you better be lucky. Then I started withholding I'm not, when he really used to piss me off, oh, I'm not cooking. And he the type of person, he'll lose weight so fast, yo. He lose weight so fast. So I remember I did not cook for 3 days. He came back, oh, sorry. Yeah, because I cooked, but I didn't cook for him. And I didn't make enough. No, you do it. Cause you think this just easy. You think you just got it. Then I stopped making lunch for him. I stopped packing the lunch. And I used to tell him like, and now at this point I'm trying to play you because I'm like, you think like you acting like it's not another man who wouldn't appreciate this. Why the hell you think I'm supposed to be dealing with this? Who told you that? Like when you met me, you knew I was a very strong individual, strong minded. I'm not one of them, but when when your mind is caught up with mad stuff, it's so hard to sometimes it's hard to see. And I just got wrapped up in everything, and I wanted an outlet, and he just was not my outlet. What else is supposed to happen? You know what I mean? Like, and if I try to tell you and you dismissing what I'm saying, or you still now it's you do stuff too. Like, first of all, I never said I was perfect, but what am I doing that I said name something that every time I used to tell him name something that I'm doing, he could never tell me. Or what have I not been doing that you're missing? But I could tell you what you haven't been doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just was saying anything in an argument. But anyway, y'all, saying all that to say, like, love really is like 3 parts. It's, like I said, it's emotional, it's action-based, and then it's spiritual. And a lot of people don't even be tapped into their spirituality anyway like that. No shade, because at the end of the day, it took me a little minute for real. But when you talk about spiritual, like it's in the, like how to go, like how the church, how Jesus loved the church. I'm gonna read these Bible verses for y'all because I had to kill them yesterday with this because the girl gonna try to tell me I don't have a say. How? She said marriage is not a partnership. He is the head of the household. Okay, ma'am. Love is very it's so pure. And that's why people use kids as an example of unconditional love, because kids are very, very pure. There's nothing behind them when they're telling you they love you other than that's what they really mean, even if they really don't know what that meaning is. You know what I'm saying? Love is so selfless. I was so selfless for the 10 plus years we was together. Like, stop playing with me. I was so selfless. Everybody came before me. Unconditional. I did not like that man at times that he still got stuff until I started taking it away, because I had to realize, like, hold on. I'm not no pushover. Why am I letting him get away with certain things? Like, this is what we're not doing. It's love is doing without expecting return. Everything that I do, I never expect nothing back. It's genuinely because I rock with you. Period. And in the Bible it say love never fails. Like, so if we're failing, this ain't love. Like, sorry, not sorry, infatuation, whatever, what you could get from me, because at the end of the day, it was one-sided. What you got from me is not what I got from you. And love is consistent. That's the thing about it. Because unconditional love means I don't care what is going on around the world. I still choose you today. Regardless if we beefing, if we not beefing, I'm still going to do for you. I'm still going whatever. I'm still going to protect you. I'm still going to provide. I'm not doing it on conditions on what you do for me at the end of the night. Ma'am, please. Love too is patient. It's a sacrifice. It's forgiveness. Like, I swear I done showed every fruit of the spirit. I swear, y'all, I done showed every fruit of the spirit with this man. And me saying it like this I'm not knocking him, but it's just like, this what happened. Like, I just show every fruit of the spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faith. Like, what were you giving me? What were you giving me? Like, when I say selfless, I mean it. Like, I serviced you. I asked you how your day was going. He would ask me how my day was going too. But it's too, like, once, y'all, I'll never forget one time he said, y'all, this tore me up. What did he say to me? He said, we was talking about, he asked me something. We were talking about something. And I'm a yapper dapper doer, but you knew that. Like, that's my thing. You know that. And it only take one time to say something. I will never bring it up again. Like, and I said something and I realized I'm, blabbering. And instead of him liking that about me, this man gonna say, something like you talk too much. Like, yeah, he was like, yeah, but you talking a lot. When I tell you, I just look like I laugh at stuff that's not. It's not funny, but it was like I couldn't believe he said. I said, I talk a lot. Okay, you're right. When I was talking a lot in the beginning, it was okay though, right? Okay. I ain't never that never changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so all of a sudden I'm talking loud. I mean, not loud. I talk a lot now. And I remember one time he said we might have even been in an argument when he said that too. That's the funny part. But one time he was like, I think we was arguing too. Oh no, what was it? No, one time he was like, I think I was on the phone or something, and he would just like comment like, you loud. I'm like, oh my bad, but every time, and then one time after that, he like, yeah, cause you be loud, you be talking loud. I'm looking like, any other time I was talking loud, it was fine. Like, what are you talking? So now I gotta be quiet. Like, you know how you know how black families be. Y'all be talking loud. It wasn't no problem before, but now all of a sudden it's a problem. And then the thing about it was, you be loud too. When you on the phone, you kicking it with you loud too. So now that's the issue. But it was like, what I had to realize is he was nitpicking a lot of stuff, but like just sneaking it in there though, yo. Because even one time now this is how you know I always been this way. One time in the beginning of our relationship, he said something. I had made him, because at this point I'm cooking, right? And I was young, so I was really like getting in the groove of it, trying to like figure everything out. Yo, I made this man a full course meal. And I don't know. He said something. He commented on the food. I don't know what he said. And it was something like, oh, it could use some salt, something. But anybody that know, even when I was in college, they used to be like, oh, jazz food good. Oh, jazz food good. Everybody know I knew how to throw down. So, yeah, ain't need no salt. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to play me. So, he was like, he was like, it needed that. I said, what? I just sat over this stove and slaved, and you gonna tell me it needs some salt? Like, it was something light though, and that pissed me off so bad, y'all. I took that plate and threw it in the trash. Now you go get the salt. If you don't like it, something wrong with it, go make you another plate. Don't eat it. It's nasty. Don't eat it. When I tell you to this day, if you don't like her food, you don't say something about her food or say something good about her food, she not gonna she gonna make you she gonna throw it away. And I'm like, no, it's you being disrespectful in my face after I just made all of this. At least be grateful. And that was in the beginning. Now he was like, now going forward, there was another time I had made something and he was like, mind you, I'm making plates. Now I'm the type of person, after I cook, I make your plate and I serve it to you. Just how I am. He said something about the food. And I was like, no, so I didn't make his plate yet. At this point, we already on the outs. Like, it's the dub for us. It's just a matter of paperwork. But he said something, and I said, and I remember it was salmon and something else. And I was like, but at this point, this is where God is already showing me like stuff that I kept ignoring. He said something, and I looked at him and I said, I can't remember what he said about the food. And I said, you make your own plate. I'm not making your plate. Simple, calm, everything. I said, I'm not doing it. See, this what I be talking about. What? Nigga, you got so much to say. Go make your own plate. Like, you. And his daughter was around, so I had asked her, I'm like, yo, don't your dad be saying stuff when I be cooking? Like, all of a sudden it's a problem. You don't have to eat what I cook. I can, and that's the thing. Like, I could have met that with something else. Like, I'll find another nigga that'll eat it. Like, I could have simply said that, and that would have, like, rocked the whole boat. You know what I'm saying? It would have shook the table, because I know saying that what will bring, what comes with that. But don't come in my face like, don't keep commenting on food that you're not even cooking. You're not even buying it on top of it. So it's like, what's going on here? Why are you commenting in a negative way as if you're not about to sit here and eat it? Don't eat it. Go cook your own food. You don't know how. So shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just stuff like that used to grind my gears. It never gave, you could just walk all over me. And I don't know why I took so long, yo. But it's like, it's always been there. Because again, in the beginning, when he said it, I threw that man plate in the trash. You're not going to play with me like that. And then later on, years later, you saying the same stuff, and I had to ask your daughter, and your daughter agreed with me, like, yeah, you do be saying stuff. Yeah, because why are you commenting every single time? It's so disrespectful to have me slave over, and at this time it was 3. I cooked for like 5 of us or something. And you got something to say? You ain't even put a hand in here. You got something to say? Go find another woman to cook for you then. And make you box mac and cheese type stuff. Like, and it ain't knocking the box mac and cheese, but it's like the type of effort that I put into this for you just to keep having something to say every single time, and you don't even know how to cook it on your own, please. It's like, yo, I'm telling you, y'all, the way if I could run it down without it sounding crazy, it's like I would have. Y'all would be like, yeah, you should have been going. I seen all the signs prior to, and no shade to him. Like, he just you gotta work on yourself. I don't know what happened, but I can't help you. Me helping you is, I tried to do that while we was married, and it wasn't working. It didn't work. But anyway, y'all, I want to read what I read to this lady, cause like, stop playing. I'm in Ephesians 5 verse 21. It says, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. Submitting yourself one to another. One to another means I submit to you, you submit to me. That don't mean the woman just have to submit and then that's it and nothing else happens and she has to listen to what her man say. No. Then it says, wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. So the way I will submit myself to God is the way I need to submit to my man. Never had a problem with that. But I can't submit to something that's not even leading. And that's not that. And I had to tell old girl that, like, if I'm the man and the woman in a relationship, how am I submitting to him? Make it make sense. Now it says, for the husband is the head of the house, head of the wife. It's supposed to be like that. I don't knock that. Even as Christ is the head of the church and he is the savior of the body. Okay. So now when we go to verse 25, I had to read her. Husband, love your wives. My whole video was talking about love. It was talking about loving. Unconditional love, to the point where you can see your woman, your wife drowning, and you can notice it and you fix it. Not her even before she even have to tell you, but let's just say you want to be like, I can't read minds. You have to now turn when she communicates that with you, and not nagging. Y'all not taking it as nagging, like, what? She communicates that with you, and you're supposed to take what the emotional part of the love, take that in and then correct it. See how you can help her, how you can alleviate. And really, it's as simple as this, y'all. When you alleviate things for your wife, you will be able to get what you want in the end. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. When you take care of a woman, she takes care of you even better. I'm looking like it's no way. This literally says it right here. Husbands, love your wife even as Christ has loved the church and gave himself for it. How are you giving yourself? Jesus gave himself for the church. How are you giving yourself for me? You have one task, and that one task is to work. I have 50. I'm giving myself. You're not giving yourself. Make that make sense. And in verse 28 says, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. When I tell y'all I shut that book, I shut that book on them. That tells me the way you love me that says the way you love me is the way you love yourself. You don't love yourself enough if you can treat me the way you treated me. And that's why these men be losing these good women. Because now all of a sudden I'm nagging when I'm telling you how I feel. My feelings is equal to nagging. Okay. You're still getting a hot meal every day. And I mean every day. I mean, I have to think every single day on what to cook for everybody. Every day. Even if I don't cook, I order out. I'm figuring out what to order out. I'm making the reservation or ordering the food, whatever, and getting it delivered. I'm doing that. On top of me, I was trying to have a business on the side. I was doing too much, and I was not being poured into, and can't nobody on this earth tell me I was wrong for it. People gotta listen. I don't know what this world is into, but the lack of love is the problem. Y'all gotta start loving yourself. Y'all gotta start loving each other to the point where you want to do for them. You don't want to see your wife drowning. It used to be simple, y'all. I used to tell him, like, and I think I said this in another video, but it used to be simple. I used to be like, yo, can you take the kids to the park or something? Like, we had a car, go take them right down the street to the park so I can get me 4 hours of sleep. Y'all, he take them to the living room. Like, What? I'm asking for sleep. Now I'm sleep deprived because these kids be up and my sleep pattern are always or just always off anyway. There was nothing that you was doing for me to help me in any way, shape, or form that helped me as the person. I never had no self-care days, no. But the reason why I had to hold the relationship together because I wanted to look like it was a unit. And I didn't realize I'm at the point where I'm about to pop. Like, I don't know what people is viewing as love. I don't know why love is so desensitized. What are y'all feeling? Like, you're supposed to be feeling butterflies inside. Why are we running from that? That's when I love someone, that's what I want to feel. I want to feel the butterflies inside. Now, obviously, be logical, like, pay attention to certain things, and God reveals it all. Like I said, throughout the whole thing, He was showing me red flags, and I was ignoring. And mine's, like I said, mine's probably really from fear of just like, I know I ain't had no help, and I'm like, man, He all I got for help. But after a while, I got to the point where I didn't even care about no help, because clearly I told God, you gotta take it. I can't do this no more. I'm finna go off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. And ever since then, I ain't been nothing but happy. And me and that man not together. And clearly, God would not put you in a position like that to be suffering. If you feel like you're suffering, why would He want that for you if God said He love you? I told that girl, I said, listen, I don't know what y'all got going on. But if that floats your boat, that's on you. If you think my kids are a burden, that's on you. I would never look for a man and think that my kids prior to him is a burden. I said, to be honest, I'm not even looking for a man. Me and whoever God intends for me to marry, He will make it very clear. Because now I'm more self-aware and more in tune with God than I ever been. So He'll make it clear to me if this person is supposed to be for me or not. The same way He didn't reveal some people that was not for me that I had to remove from my life. If I could trust Him to do that, why wouldn't I trust Him with the man that I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with? I don't know who is telling that lady that she can't find somebody else, but girl, if that's what you think. I said it never gave. I can't find nobody else. I'm not even talking about no looks or nothing, because no, I don't even rock like that. It's not even about looks. It's about the heart, the integrity, the values, the morals, your character. Who are you? That's what I care about. I don't care about looks like that. As long as you look good to me, you know what I'm saying? And again, that's all subjective, because we all look at different stuff and like different things. But it's like, are you serious? You trying to say I'm not gonna feel the If I can write down everything that I said I did for this man while we was married, I can guarantee you, you wouldn't want to be. You know what I'm saying? You would want to be over here in the household. I have friends, like, when my friend be like, one of my friends, she be telling me all the time, she be like, girl, just adopt me, because she ain't gotta cook. I tell you ain't gotta cook. I don't play like that. You ain't gotta cook. I like to do that. And when I'm in my element and I'm like not soft, but like I'm chilling for real. This is some, like, if it's not a lot of stress around me, I'll be baking it all. I would do the whole nine. I don't do all that no more, because it'd be a lot. I had to take on a lot. Like, no, it never gave. Whatever the society tell you. I said, to sit here and think that a woman don't have a choice in a marriage is asinine. To sit here and think that you just have to do what a man say and he's not leading you to nowhere, asinine. What? I said, when I get with somebody, I'm going to have my own stuff going on. He got to have his own stuff going on. We come together and we build from the foundation from God first. But the foundation on up, we're building off of that. We will mesh together. We would love each other. We would choose each other every single day. Like, it's going to be the what I like about you, not what you can provide for me. And I told her, I said, I don't need no man to provide for me. That's not on no, Miss Independent. No, it's saying that is not what I'm looking for in a man. And then what the man said, he was like, you're going to have men in and out of the house, and now you doing all this stuff. Now you got more responsibilities. First of all, if I had the responsibilities before, it's no different now. It's a whole nother body that's not in there that I don't have to worry about. On top of that, I said, what gave you the impression that I would have men in and out of the house? What type of dating y'all do? I don't introduce nobody to my kids until I'm not going to, until I know we're going to get married. If that's something that we discussed, again, this can all just be shut down from saying that God will reveal the person to me, period, right? But if we just talking without the God in it, just because some people don't believe in the same thing, why would I bring multiple men around my kids? What sense would that make to get all these men wrapped in with these kids to make it like he made it seem like it's so hard? Yo, it's not hard to talk to nobody. I ain't even stepped my big foot, my big toe out in this dating pool. I'm not even trying to date right now. Like, I haven't even tried yet to even be like, oh yeah, because I'm a relationship girl. I don't play like that. I don't get down like that. And the qualities that I possess is not something a man. It's something a man would want. Like it's always gave wife material. It's never going to give side piece. It's never going to be just something I could do for a minute. If that's what you want, by all means do your thing, my boy. But you not for me. What is so hard with that? Like me saying that, why am I wrong for saying it's something that it's not something for me? I don't rock like that. I don't give everybody my attention. I'm very selective. And now it's even more because it did, she was like, the man picks the woman. Girl, we are not in the 1950s. What are you talking about? It's a choice. Oh my goodness. People's minds are like crazy, y'all. And I know this session was long, but it's like, I could go on and on because I know people are not marrying for love. I know they're marrying for status, for what you could do for them, for what you have. Everything is conditional now, and I hate it. Like, I don't want a man that wants to love me out of conditions or what I can do because they always wanted me since high school. Like, no, I don't want you to just rock with me for now and then you change your mind later on. No. I told that lady, I said, so if I get sick today and we marry, you don't know how to do nothing. I do everything. The only thing you can do is go to work. You can't help me? You can't help these kids when I'm sick in the bed? Like, what are we saying? Y'all was so bad to the point where when I was sick, I had to keep pushing through. Who wants to do that? My trauma was so bad. Like, again, I never felt protected from anyone in my household since when I was a kid. So it was easy for me and him to like connect because he really did protect me. It's just, I think somewhere down the line, he just lost it. And it's unfortunate because you lose me, but I don't gotta sit in that. And what? We got one life. I'm not about to be miserable for the rest of my life. Us arguing, us. Who want to deal with that? Man, I tell you, people gotta stop with this conditional stuff. Y'all gotta start loving people for who they are. And if it's things that don't align with you, that's fine. Okay, it's some things that don't align. Let me just go around. Go find somebody, and I wish you find your person. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with me saying that or me wishing you well? We just don't mix. What's wrong with that? I don't know, y'all. I know it was a long rant. I'm sorry, but like, I will never not believe I can't find nobody else. Like, and again, I'm not looking, but if I go out here today, I know, y'all, if I put some effort into it, I know I am in the house and tucked away until God tell me otherwise. But like, I know I can get out here and get it rocking. Nobody can tell me I can't. Like, if we're going off of looks, nobody can tell me I can't. If you're going off of personality, nobody can tell me I can't. Nobody can tell me I can't. It's not that hard. I don't know why would people think it's that hard. But yeah, y'all, I think people gotta have some more confidence. A little bit more confidence than what they have, because to think that me having kids is baggage. Girl, what type of man you be dating? I ain't looking for them kind of men. And I told her, I said, I'm not even looking for like a man that's single. Like, you know how people are like, oh, I want a single man. I mean, not single. That don't have no kids. Why would I look for a man that don't have no kids? It doesn't make sense unless a man come across me and he really want to be with me and we really mix well and that's my person and he just happened to not have no kids, then by all means, it is what it is. No, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to really even be able to understand all the way. And if something is, if they, we happen to meet and they say, well, I want somebody that don't have no kids, I'm okay with that. It's 8 billion people in the world, yo. Why do y'all think it's just like, you got to get out, you got to put yourself out there, but it's 8 billion people in the world. Why do I have to settle for somebody because we had kids together? Please. I don't know what's wrong with people, but I'll tell you one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Jasmine's not gonna have no issues, and that's not me even being no type of way, y'all. Because I don't even like to do all of that and boast and all that. But it's like this lady really sat here in my face and told me it would be hard, and that man really sat here in my face and said it would be hard for y'all, maybe, but me and how I rock, yeah, it's good. It's not gonna be hard. It's not. But yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. You know, our little talk session was kind of long today, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the video, because we be on here talking, y'all. I am a yapper dapper doer, so if you like the yapper dapper do, let's get on. You know what I'm saying? Like, rock with me in the comments, because I'm always down for a good kiki. And yeah, y'all, that's it. So thank you, and thank you for watching my video, and I'll see y'all in my next one.